Welcome back to Wonder Women Who Build. I'm your host, Carrie Moreau, and I'm so glad you're here. Each week, we talk with women who build bold businesses, vibrant communities, and lives they love, all while staying rooted in purpose, leadership, and growth. Before we jump into today's conversation, I want to share my win of the week. I've made some space for joy. I am going on a day trip to go look at the leaves in Hartford, Connecticut. Yes, just a day, because my husband said, why don't you stay overnight? Well, that means like hotel and packing luggage and whatever. So I just get to grab my shoulder bag and head to the airport, rent a car, look at leaves, eat some apple cider donuts, and then head back to the airport and fly home.
Wow.
I'm calling it my bougie leave trip.
I like it.
My bougie leave trip. Yeah, so it's like leaves and leave.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And I'm doing it on a weekday. I'm super pumped.
I like that.
So Alicia, what's your win?
My win this week is, it kind of goes back to about 6 months ago. I went on a cruise and I met somebody playing poker at the poker table, and we started talking and kind of had a mutual friend, I guess, that we realized through
on a cruise ship.
On a cruise ship, mutual friend, yeah, because we started talking, oh, where do you live? And so it came into Oviedo, and then just a friend of ours, we started chatting. Then he asked me what I did. I asked him what he did, and I was trying to help him figure out how to like get to the next level in the casino for like free drinks and stuff like that. And so we exchanged information at the end of the cruise, and I didn't think much of it because I didn't want to go back and I didn't want to reach out and kind of
or seem salesy or something.
Yeah, like just wait it out and see what happens. So I guess he called the mutual friend of ours and got my number again because he had lost it. And I got a call last week that was from him, and now it's probably going to end up being one of our biggest clients.
That's incredible.
So it was really neat to have that connection, and then just happened to be, and he even reached out to me. So that was pretty awesome. I'm excited.
That's a great win because to me, it's affirming that you're in the right place. Like,
yeah,
the journey you're on led you, like,
just like
all the planets
meeting
aligned.
people and, just randomly.
Yeah.
Like, having that happen.
I've heard people call that type of client the golden goose.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
It feels like it's that repeat business over and over again.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So they sent us our first 2 big orders this week, and I've already got one of them knocked out, and the other one will be done by Friday. So
amazing.
Yeah.
So happy for you.
Thanks.
Okay, Wonder Women, now we want to hear your win of the week. Share it with us on Instagram at Wonder Women Who Build and use the hashtag Wonder Women Who Build. We want to celebrate your wins with you. And now let me introduce today's guest, one of the most joyful, creative, and quietly courageous women that I know. So I'm joined by Alicia Flores. She's the co-owner of Go Ink It. It's a family-run custom printing business based in Oviedo, Florida. She runs the shop with her sister Chelsea, and together they've built a brand known for its quality, personality, and welcoming energy. Alicia is the kind of woman who'll openly tell you she's scared of most things and then fearlessly does them anyway. From managing a business to throwing incredible events to building customer food trucks with her parents to cruising the world and playing semi-professional poker, this woman packs a lot into one life. So did I mention planning wine trips for her extended friend groups? Alicia doesn't know a stranger. She gives friendship a whole new meaning, and you'll see what I mean by that as we get into it today. So her and her husband cruise so often and so well that the cruise lines actually sponsor their vacations. So we need that life hack. Please share that with us. But even beyond all the fun, what stands out most about Alicia is her heart. She's inclusive, generous, fiercely loyal, and always finding the humor in the moment. So she's the kind of friend who shows up when it counts.
Oh,
thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Can you share a little bit? Did I miss anything about the things that I described about you?
I don't think so.
No? So tell us about the company that you own with your sister and get more detailed into what you guys do and what you offer.
Yeah. So my sister and I, we own Go Ink It. We offer screen printing, embroidery, direct to film. we've been in the business. I've been printing for about 15 years. It started with my dad and I, and going to a random art day at some festival thing that my dad and mom and I went to.
Okay.
So it's like a little screen printing thing with like a little board. And anytime my dad finds something that he likes, he dives in and like learns everything about it. So we started that business, and then kind of more of as a hobby. And when I moved here to Oviedo, I asked Chelsea and Jeff, her husband, if they wanted to run it with us. With Steve and I, we'd buy it for my dad, and they said yes. So we've been going it for 9 years now. Just started from really nothing here and have grown it over this time to where my sister, she's a flight attendant, and is able to stay home now and not fly as much. And yeah, it's cool to see something that you built grow up like that. So.
How many employees do you have?
So currently, the four of us work, our husbands and I, and then we have 3 employees now. We just hired another one. One runs the office and does all of our embroidery, and then I run the screen printing shop, and my sister talks to all the customers. Basically, anytime you're talking to somebody, it's going to be her.
Yeah, she's really super responsive.
Yes.
She's really great to work with.
She's on it all the time.
So you said printing. So elaborate on what that means for you, because like every industry has its terminology. So
Yes.
What does that mean when you say printing?
So our main focus is screen printing, which is like most T-shirts, clothing, polos, things like that. We print so we're one of 11 Seminole County vendors for Seminole County Public Schools. So we print for about 30 of the Seminole County schools and some outside Seminole County as well. And then print for like any kind of business, family reunions, just mainly apparel.
Mainly apparel. So like hats, hoodies, jackets.
Hoodies, yeah, polos, T-shirts, just anything you can think of like that.
Anything you can put a designer logo on, you guys can do it.
Yep.
Tumblers
products.
too.
Huh?
Yeti.
Tumblers. Yeah. Sorry. We also do sublimation. So yeah, tumblers, name badges, like that kind of stuff too. I forgot.
You do so much you can't even keep track. So what's it like working with your family? Like the behind the scenes working with your family? Because some people have families that they imagine that journey and they're like, absolutely not. I cannot work with my family. Because I know I get that sometimes.
Yeah.
People make a lot of assumptions about what our behind the scenes relationships are like. And they'll assume that we argue. They'll assume a lot of things. But what's the behind the scenes like for you and your family?
Yeah. So I've been working a family business my entire life. So with my parents mainly, and then now with my sister. So I'm used to that, the family thing. My sister and I actually live next door to each other as well, which people also are like, oh my gosh, how do you guys like survive? We know when we like, need a break from each other and I mean, it happens every once in a while, but for the most part, we're very different people, and it works out perfectly together. So she is very driven, and she's like, if she says she's going to do something, it gets done. Where I always get things done too, but I have a lot of ideas, and I put the ideas out there, and then I say, guys, I have an idea, and everybody tries to run away from me because they're like, oh gosh, what could it possibly be? But Chelsea, she'll like get it like completed. So we work very well as a team together. Where she's great at things, I'm not, and where I'm great at things, maybe she's not. So it clicks together for both of us, and it's fun working with her. We see each other every day, and she's my best friend. So yeah,
I love that. I tell people the same thing about my brother, that we our whole life, I mean, maybe you and your sister have had arguments or whatever, fought over stuff, but there's something about him and mine, our personalities, that we've never had an argument our whole life. Like we never even fought over anything when we were kids, but I think it's the age difference. There's just enough that I was 5 years older than him. So we weren't this, that's a big difference when you're kids, like I was graduating high school. He was just coming into high school. So that span of age, I think makes a difference, but it's also our natures, like he sees things differently than I do, but we appreciate each other's perspective. Like what you were saying that
exactly.
You're the idea person, but she's the implementer, you're the visionary, but she's the practical person. Do you see sometimes that she reins you in?
They try, yeah. Everybody. Was my husband, my sister, all of them. They're like, Alicia, this might be a little bit, too much. But normally I win. So
I love that.
But yeah, it's great working with her. We did not get along that well growing up. We were like most siblings of probably not till she was out of college. So, and then we became like really close.
Really close, yeah. And you guys spend a lot of time with your parents too, because of even though you bought the business from your dad for the printing, you have another business that you do.
Yeah, so I own part of the company with my parents is we build food trucks or food trailers, and so it's mobile concessions, and it's a lot of work as well. So we're out there all the time. It's just the three of us, or four of us. My husband as well helps, and yeah, we build them. They go all over the U.S. and it's fun too. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you were telling me that your mom is like in there hooking up gas lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's really, really cool.
My mom was doing all the plumbing and
that you understand all those things.
I learned all that from my parents. They're really what got me into entrepreneurship and just all of it.
So what were some of the challenges you had in the beginning when you had your sister come on board of building the business with her? Like what were some of the kinks you had to work out?
Really just starting from scratch at something I've been working like as an entrepreneur, but starting a business from totally nothing. And with her, neither one of us really are like one to go up and like do go somewhere and market. But we thought, let's get in the car and let's drive to our first place. So we'll just go in and say like, hey, we're screen printers, do you need anything? So we didn't really know what to do, but we walked into the first place because we were thinking, oh, this would be a good place to kind of like partner with, where we could like throw business each other's way. And I will never forget, like we were nervous. I told her like, okay, you do the talking. I'm just going to like sit here. But we walked in and we tried to like do our little, hey, like we're just local. We're screen printers. We're here. We're new. And they looked at us and they said, he said, you guys are never going to make it here. There's another printer here. And so you'll never get any business here. Oh. And I remember like walking out like, I was like, this is the worst experience, So we got back in the car and we're both like sitting there looking at each other like, okay, what do we do now?
Yeah.
And we go to the next place. Like, what do we do? So we reevaluated and then we just kept kind of going because what are you going to do? We have to be able to tell people that we're here. So eventually like we just started getting some jobs and then people started, spreading the word because we didn't really have a marketing budget. We just had nothing. So we started getting jobs and then those people started spreading it. And then we got into the schools and we got into these places and turns out there's just plenty of business to go around for both companies. And, it works out. So, yeah.
Yeah. Like that shows a lot about the courage that you have that I mentioned when I introduced you, that you have those obstacles or those fears and then you do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I think so many people get those obstacles in their businesses when they're first starting out maybe, and then they give up or they get they get discouraged, or like hyper focused on the negativity. So how did you you had that conversation, but like, how did you overcome that? Do you think it was because the two of you were together, or what allowed you to just not take what he said to like give it any power? Like, how did you do that?
I guess watching, like being in business, like I said, I've never really worked for, I've like never really worked for anybody else. Like I did like a restaurant one time, but, and then, so I've worked mainly for my parents and watching them like, businesses fail or businesses, not everything always goes as planned or as you would expect. So I think just through the years watching that happen or like just learning how to like work with people and just do it anyway. Like you have to, there's no choice,
Right.
Like either you push through or you're going to be stuck and there's nowhere else. Like I didn't go to school. I attended college and I didn't graduate. So really it was kind of a big deal. Like if you didn't go to school, you had to do something, you know? So that was my option. I did not want to work for somebody. I wanted to own my own business and I wanted to make it work, whatever I had to do.
Whatever you had to do.
Even if I'm scared or even if, you know, something didn't work right, there's no option. I have to just push through.
It's grit.
Yeah.
I talked about that in another episode. You have grit, girl. Like a lot of it. One of the things I admire about you is how you create belonging. I don't know if you realize that. Have you ever been described that way or thought about it like that?
Yeah, sometimes like people.
You've heard that before? Okay, good. I'm not the only one. But it's whether it's like a birthday party, a New Year's Eve party, a business event, or just anything that you're doing in your neighborhood. I think that your neighborhood is what it is because you live there. That's just my take on it. But you bring people together in the most natural way, because that's what I felt like you were so inclusive with me. Like we met and we were doing some networking together and you were like, come to this thing. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, what is it? You're like, it's a blind wine tasting party and you got to bring wine from Oregon. I'm like, there's wine in Oregon? Okay, I'll go figure this out. And I was like, there's a lot of wine in Oregon, actually. Ladies, if you're listening, go to your local wine shop and ask for wine that comes from Oregon.
Too, yeah.
It's really good. But where does that instinct come from? Has that been something that you were the little girl who included everybody, or did it change as you got older?
I think I was the little girl that never was included with. So like school was pretty rough for me, all of it. Like
Really?
I literally hated every minute. Yes.
Really?
I feel like the only reason I even made it through any of that was because outside of school, my mom, you know, she had us in activities and she made sure that like, you know, I always felt included outside of where she like we had control here. But in school, I was not.
Really?
Yeah, it was very tough. Like middle school, high school, like.
Did you have like a group of mean girls? Like what was the setup that made it that way for you?
I don't know. I guess I'm not really sure. I never, people picked on me constantly. I was very severely bullied and just not, like I had glasses and I had all the things. So people just were not nice to me and, you know, they're just not nice.
Yeah.
So I think as an adult, when I moved here into this neighborhood where I had an opportunity to get to know new people. I mean, I never had friends like I have now, you know, like where I could just reach out and call somebody, you know, like this. So I wanted to make sure people never felt the way that I felt, I think. And it doesn't matter like age, anything, like nothing matters. I have friends of all ages and like everything.
Yes, you do.
So I think it's just, that's kind of where it came from is what I think.
Yeah. Well, you create the space for people to connect, and you're a great hostess.
Thank you.
You know, like you just open the door and you're like, "Come on in."
Yes.
Like however you want to show up is good with me.
Yeah.
You know, you're so like lax about it. There's no pretense. There's no, and I was looking for those things. Like, okay, I'm going to go to this thing, and like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to bring? You're like, you don't have to bring anything. If you don't want to bring the wine, it doesn't matter. We're going to have so much. Like, just come.
Yeah.
And meet people, and all the people that were there were also that same way. So you are attracting that likeness that you know what you're putting out into the world. It's cultivating and it's bringing people in, and it's really amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk cruises.
Okay.
Because you cruise a lot, and I remember when I learned that fun fact about you, I think I was very confused, and I was like, wait. You do all of these things. You have a husband, you have a daughter, you run these businesses, your family's around. You know, you're like, you know, big family, you know, you described your grandparents, aunts, uncles, you know, I have a big family too, but they're in another state. So the fact that you have everybody really close by, and then on top of that, you host these events, you're planning trips, like your life is so full. And then, oh, by the way, I went on how many cruises last year?
Oh, 24.
20?
Yes.
That's a lot. 24
is.
cruises. There's 52 weeks in the year, people remember. So half of the year, half of every weekend, you're taking off.
Yeah.
You're like going. And then you were like very hesitant to share. You're like, well, I mean, I don't know. I like gamble and play poker. And so I don't actually pay for the trips. And I was like, wait, what? Explain. So how did that start? Because I don't have a clue. I don't play poker. I've been on like 3 cruises in my life. How do you get there? Like, do you have to show up at the casino and drop a whole bunch of money on a cruise, and then they flag you and they're like, "Ooh, invite
That
her
girl."
back"? Like, how does it work? How do you get into that?
So, well, I've been playing poker like my whole life. I really enjoy it. When I met Steve, my husband, we actually, the first time we even saw each other was he was giving me a ticket to a tournament because he had an extra ticket for something. And it was just through a friend. He's like, "Oh, do you know anybody that wants this?" I was like, "Yeah, I do. I want to play that tournament." So, anyway, so he also enjoys poker. So we love Vegas. Like, we go out there and do some of not like there's a World Series of Poker, the main event, but we do a lot of the pre-tournaments. So I actually cash in some of those. It's fun in some of the World Series event poker tournaments. And then with cruising, we got married on a cruise too. So our first 3 months into us dating, Steve's like, "Do you want to go on a cruise?" I'm like, "Okay, like maybe."
Okay.
I'm like, "I'm gonna be stuck on this boat with this guy." Like, I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but we'll give it a shot. Anyways, we've been hooked ever since, and we discovered that we like poker. So when we go on there, we play, and not necessarily that you have to drop like a whole bunch of money. You just you play, and as you play, like you get points for playing in the casino. Sometimes you could do it for free if you're doing good and you're just like recycling that money back in.
Okay.
And then before you even get off the boat, you can just like get your next cruise like. Nothing, like you pay the taxes. I think it's like $200, and then we book our next cruise, and then they send us a bunch of offers. So I think I have enough offers right now that I could literally live on the boat for like 2 years without paying anything. So it's just something that it's just a.
How long did it take to like get to that point where, like 9 years of cruising?
No, like
20 years
I went
of
on
cruising?
a cruise,
Like,
we
what are we
played,
talking about?
and
Okay.
then they sent us a bunch of offers. So
I got to find out this hack. Like, you got to teach me poker. I don't know. Like, maybe
on
my
the
game is
cruises, we
roulette.
don't
I
really
know.
necessarily play like poker.
So you're just in the casino.
We're just in there playing like other games. So
Okay.
yeah, because poker, there's only one table on the ship.
Got
so
it. See, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I need to go on a cruise with you.
Yeah, you should.
I don't want you to teach me. I'm going on a cruise in November, the weekend after, or like the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Taking my whole family, and they're giving each of us $175 room credit to spend in the casino.
Nice.
I don't know how that worked out, but that's what we have. And I don't think anyone else is going to like go to the casino.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I'll take it all.
I mean, we have 5 rooms, and I'm like, okay. I don't know anything about casinos, but I feel like I should learn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you can.
It's fun. I mean, it works for us.
Like, do you have any plans that weekend, Alicia?
I know, right? I'm like, let me see if I can book that one. I have one. I'm going on one in the beginning and end of actually November. We're doing a week long with my whole. There's 19 of us going on that one, so I'm excited. And they're all going for free.
Really?
Yeah.
They love you. They love you. I want to learn more about it.
Definitely.
So, we talked about your business, how well it's doing now, the journey. The food truck business too. You're usually the one producing making the shirts, making the hats, overseeing all the production. You have great quality stuff.
Thank you.
So how do you find that time to do the things you love? Like, how do you do that? Because I don't know, for me, I'll go through phases where I'm like busy work, and then I'm like burn out, stop. Even though I've done all the things to take care of myself, okay, now I know I need to plan this thing and go away. But am I right that you plan fun and work in between?
Yeah.
How did you get there?
I think it's so important to like have your time because time is so short. Like, it's if you just wait forever to plan the trip, or you only do one a year, or you just you might miss opportunities that you have with your family. And so for us, I work a lot. I do, and it's Steve, my husband. He travels a lot for work, so it's our kind of escape to like go hang out and have family time. Or our daughter, she's a cruise, like she's 5, Kaya, and she's like the queen of the ship. She knows everybody. It's so funny. She'll walk there and they'll be like, Kaya, like, oh my God, we've been here too many times. But it's just, I just have to find time, even if I know, like, especially I book a cruise and then I say, okay, I know this is my list. This is what I have to get done before I leave. I highlight it all. I'm like pretty organized with like what must happen. So anything that's on my must happen list, like I cannot leave till this is done. I just push it out extra hours. I wake up early or I stay up late and I get it done so that I can have that time that I don't have to, I can turn my brain off and just go. And even though a lot of them are weekend trips, so it's perfect. I mean, I leave on a Friday and back before she goes to school on Monday.
Yeah.
And then we do take longer ones too when it's, when we can. And a lot of times we'll bring some of the family with us. Like we did last year, a Europe and Alaska cruise. So those were 2 longer trips that we were able to take.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I want to plan all the fun stuff. I want to do all the things, travel, and just do everything I can with the family, because family and friends is just very important, because work is just, it's there and I need to do it. And like, I want to grow my business and I love, I love growing it and seeing it grow, but I also want to make sure that I have time for those moments.
Yeah.
A lot of
Was
them.
there something that happened or in your personal life that you were like, this is what I had? Like, I don't know, some like pivotal moment that was that made that be such a priority?
Yeah, well, I mean, our family is always, like I said, entrepreneurs, so we have kind of made our own schedules for a lot of the time. And I mean, my parents, we vacationed and we did things. And I also, they work hard all the time. My parents still work hard all the time. So I've gotten them aboard too with the cruising. They go with us a lot. So it's just, that's kind of just how we all do it now. Like everybody, all of us, we were just like, let's go. Let's take a trip. I mean, my sister, my mom, and I went to lunch one day, and this is when our wine trips first started, because we did the wine trips. And I remember we were eating, and we were like, you guys want to go like on a wine trip? Like, when do you want to leave? And then I was like, let's go tomorrow. We like legit, we're at the table, got on our phones, booked a flight, and took off the next day. Yeah. And so we left. We went and stayed like, I don't even know. I think we went to Sonoma that time, and we did it again at tree houses in North Carolina. Like, we just booked it and left. And so that's how that kind of started, and now we do it yearly. But and now it's up to like 20, 24 women that come with us, and it's literally an experience of a lifetime. It's amazing. But that's kind of like how we're very random people. Like, let's go, let's do it. So
yeah, I mean, that my friend and I, the trip we're going on, actually it's tomorrow, was just an idea of like, wouldn't it be so great if we could see the fall leaves? Yeah, it's so great, and just kind of mulling that around and be like, well, why are we just going to talk about it? Why don't we just do it? And then when we looked up flights and looked up the details, it was so inexpensive and we have points on our credit cards and all this. It's actually not costing me a penny. It's costing me time, but it's not costing me a penny of like anything. And I was like, there's really no reason not to, and you can structure things to make those things happen for yourself if you really want to.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good point. Like, a lot of times even you might think it's, this is going to be so much, but really, I mean, why not go visit the leaves? Like, why not go just take that trip that you want to take?
But everyone I've talked to about it, why don't you want to stay overnight? Like, that's the question. They're like, this doesn't seem right. This seems weird. Like, you're just going to, how much time are you going to spend on the plane? Is it really worth it? Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah, no,
to
it
do a
doesn't
day trip. Like, that's the whole point. To say, oh yeah, I went on a day trip to look at the leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Why wouldn't you make like a whole vacation out of it? Because I can just go for the day. That's the whole point.
Yeah. And it's random, which I love.
Yeah, so you're creative and you carry also a lot of responsibility. So what are the ways that you refuel your cup when you're, I'm sure trips do that.
Yeah, I was going to say I book a cruise.
Yeah, but when you're stretched thin or overwhelmed, because I know when I'm getting ready for a trip that, like you were like, I make a list, I highlight it, I stay up late, I do all these things. It can be like really overwhelming to work towards that. So, in between, you've still got to show up for your team, be kind to your people, smile at your daughter, be there for the, what are your husband's calling people that need you. Yeah. I know that like just yesterday I called you, you answered the phone and gave me your time to help me through something that I needed to talk through. It was so amazing. Thank you for that, by the way. But like, how do you stay present so that you're not stretched too thin or overwhelmed?
Yeah, I think I kind of just turn my brain off from thinking about it. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it, because I do sometimes, I mean, I get overwhelmed, like, and I feel it. I'm like, okay, how am I going to fit, how do I do it? Like, how am I going to fit all this into this day? And, it just turn it off and just go. Like, I just have to push through and get, get through it. I don't know how to.
So Are you saying maybe if I hear, well, I'm hearing between what you're saying, or what I'm feeling or sensing that you're saying is that you take the first step.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Is that you might be overwhelmed or you have all these things going on, but you're like, okay, I just have to start somewhere.
Yeah. I usually start off with whatever I know is going to be the most complicated and just try and tackle everything from there. But also in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going on this trip tomorrow, or, you know, I have this to look forward to. I know I have to get everything done, but you know, I usually am a packer of the same day, like an hour before I'm leaving. I'm throwing my stuff in my suitcase, but yeah, I just try and tackle it like as quickly as I can without overthinking it.
Yeah. So the
otherwise
most
I'll sit there
complicated
forever.
thing first.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And then
good.
I'm
A
like,
lot of
okay,
people
easy
talk
stuff.
about that. You know, I think they say eat the frog.
Eat that frog. You know, like I've heard that book. Like
Did you? I've never read the book, but I've heard
haven't
people
either
say it.
I have it though.
Oh, do you?
I have a ton of
You don't
books.
have time to read?
I do not have time to read. I want to, but I mean, to be realistic, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
no. But yeah, I read the back, I think. So I'm like, okay, I need to start with that, and now that's enough. I got the
Cliff
gist
Note
of it down.
version.
So that's what I do. I
love
literally read
that.
the back, and I'm like, okay, it says I need to start with the most complicated. Okay, I'm going to do
Okay.
that.
I'll just do that. Okay. So what's one mindset or habit that's helping you right now?
Okay, so every morning, my mom and I go pick my mom up, and we have a routine so that I can get out of the house and get out of the workspace and just have like a coffee
Because your
run.
machines for a lot of the things that you produce are in your garage.
Yeah,
correct?
we have
in
a warehouse,
right?
and so we have two spaces, and it's just kind of more convenient right now for me to, you know, with my little one. So it's both. But in order to get out of the work environment, I go pick up my mom, and then we go get coffee every morning, and it gets me out of it and just to reset, rethink for the day, and get it started off to a good start. So we talk about other things. We talk about work sometimes, but just to give us a little bit of like time.
Yeah.
You know, and I do another kind of like side project with my mom, so it's more of a fun thing that we like resell on Posh. So like in the morning sometimes we'll work on that.
Just a side business. I saw this side business, you guys. It's like, how tall are the ceilings in your warehouse? Like 20 feet or something?
Yeah,
But
probably.
it's a wall of bins, like very neatly organized, and it's the items that they're selling on Posh. So like anything you can possibly imagine.
Yeah, there's like 3,000 on there.
Like they have it like basically Alicia's the woman you need to ask about how to make money in your sleep.
That's true. Sometimes it's like ding. I'm like, oh, I just sold something.
You're making money in your sleep. Okay, so here's our next question, lightning round. Who is a woman you inspire? Who is a woman who inspires you, and why?
So it's really hard to pick one person. So I would say I have like a handful of women that inspire me, because there's just so many right now. I have so many powerful, like amazing people like you, Brooke, my mom, and my sister are probably, you know, for entrepreneurs and just like people that I look up to and that inspire me. Honestly, like you guys are like powerhouse people. So I am just very grateful and blessed to be surrounded by you guys. So those are my handful of people.
Awesome. And then if you could have one superpower, I mean, you can have more. Some people need to be multifaceted.
I need every
superheroes.
superpower.
So, but if you could narrow it down to your top number one, you can mention more if you want, but what would it be and why?
I would say bending time. So like I could slow it down, stop it, give me a little bit more of it. I would love to be able to bend time. Like there are moments where I'm like, okay, I could use like 5 more minutes right now. Like I need 5 more minutes. Like most of the time when you talked about me like throwing parties and stuff, like you couldn't like walk into the house like, you know, 20 minutes before everybody got there, but somehow I make it happen. But if I could just bend it a little bit and give me a little bit more of it, it'd be great.
That's amazing. Bending time. No one has ever said that one yet.
All right.
So you're very unique in that way. Well, see, this was great.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So how can people find you if they are like, I want to be her next golden goose? No, I'm kidding. No, but they have like, they want to order. So your minimum order is generally around 12 items, right?
Yeah.
So whether it's 12 shirts or combination of sweatshirts, whatever, could that also be combined with like hats and other things? Or is it just,
yeah,
where
for
does that apply
screen
to, a
printing,
minimum?
our minimum's 12. So that
Okay.
would apply to like any, I mean, you can mix and match different styles of of like shirts, polos, stuff like that. And then for the other stuff, the sublimation, all the tumblers, there's no minimum. Embroidery, there's no minimum. So
Amazing. So how do they find you if they want to order things?
So we are big Facebook people.
Okay.
So we're Go Ink It on Facebook. We have a website, goinkit.com. My sister sends out really awesome emails all the time.
She really does.
So, yeah, she's doing a good job on that, right?
Yeah. So what is the email if someone wanted to inquire?
Chelsea at goinkit.com.
So spell that for us.
CHELSEA at GOINKIT.com.
Perfect.
Yeah, definitely email her.
Yes. Okay. So
Yeah.
now is the part of the episode where I'm going to give a little tribute to Alicia. Ode to Alicia. It's not a poem.
The song, because I'm really into raps.
I know that you are, and I actually thought about that to do it to a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I didn't. So I'll have to do that next time. So to me, Alicia is a bright light. She's inclusive, generous, creative, and the kind of friend who shows up exactly when you need her, usually with a perfectly timed, hilarious text. I admire her deeply, not just for the business she runs, but for the way she lives. She does it scared. She loves big, and she reminds me that life is worth laughing through, especially when it's hard. I got teary-eyed.
I know.
Yeah. So I'm lucky to know you because I thought lucky because of, gambling.
Of course.
And I'm lucky to be your friend.
Aww.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Alicia, thank you for being here today and for sharing your story and for showing us what it looks like to do it scared and to cruise anyway. You bring joy to the room, courage to your business, and heart to every relationship. You remind us that being brave doesn't mean being fearless. It means being willing to show up anyway, and you do that beautifully. To our listeners, if this episode made you smile, laugh, or just breathe a little deeper, share it with a friend, subscribe, leave a review, and keep following along as we spotlight more women who lead with heart, build with purpose, and live full, brave lives. Until next time, keep building with courage, loving with intention, and always leaving room for fun.